Start with the recording. All right, today is, no, it's not April, it's May. Oh my gosh, it's mid-May, May 16th. And today's training is all about having a strong start and getting yourself off to the very best start that you can here in your Wild Tree business. When you join Wild Tree, your upline leader definitely has your best intentions in mind. We want to give you the tools you need for onboarding not only yourself, but for future team members as well. And as I go through the training today, there's going to be one camp of you under the umbrella of just being new yourself, or maybe getting restarted here. Maybe you haven't really built a team, or you need to rebuild a team. And you're going to be kind of under like the new category, where I want you to look at this from the perspective of just starting out new here and what you need and the tools you need to get off to the best start. And then there's going to be a camp of you that are watching this that have been seasoned here for a little while, have a team already, have maybe already been a team leader here at Wild Tree, or are a team leader here at Wild Tree. And you are going to want to look at this as tools for yourself for passing along and training your team members. So it doesn't really matter which camp you're in, but you're just going to be listening to this training a little bit differently depending on where you're at in your Wild Tree business. And when you get started with Wild Tree, your upline leader, that would be Abby, Jacqueline, Amy, Kristen, myself, oh gosh, I'm forgetting Stephanie and Julie. Those people are going to be your go-to people for getting your new people trained. And we are there to walk you through every single step of the way. So if you're new or you're looking to build a team, don't feel overwhelmed that this is all your job. This is our job until you get comfortable with it, and then it eventually rolls into your position. So don't let that hold you back either. Another thing I want to make sure I mention is that our role here as leaders is to be a coach, not to be a nag. So our role here is not to be your mother or your nagging Wild Tree sidekick. You know, we are not here to make you do anything that you don't want to do. You're all adults, and you all can make decisions on your own, and you know what's best for yourself and your family. We are here to give you the tools, the opportunity, the advice that we have seen successful people here at Wild Tree do well with their business. I'm just going to share a little bit about my personal experience here at Wild Tree. When I first started here at Wild Tree, I did not have this giant goal or vision for where I really wanted my Wild Tree business to go, but I knew that I wanted, whatever I did with Wild Tree, I wanted to do it the right way, and I wanted to be successful, whether that was just a little bit successful or a lot successful. It didn't really matter. I wanted to do things the right way. So I took my upline leaders' advice and coaching to a T. I followed the book like the book said to do things. It said to do your double launch. It said to book your first parties. It said to talk about the business opportunity in all of my training. So I did that. And I was really happy in the beginning to make a few $100s a month. That was huge for me. I thought at the time, I was working part-time as a personal trainer, and I already was making a few $100s a month, but I thought an extra few $100s would just be like the bee's knees, icing on the cake, so that we could have a little bit of extra income, I could have fun, and I knew I was going to love sharing Wild Tree because I believed everything that Wild Tree stood for to its core. So that few $100 was super doable by following what my upline leader said to do, kind of to a T. Later, I had a mind shift and realized that I was really sitting on kind of like a golden ticket. This business was hot. People were looking for healthier ways to eat. They were looking for recipes. They were looking for faster, just better ways to get things done more efficiently at home. And I knew that I was sitting on the golden ticket. So I thought that I would have this business made when I was making about $4,000 a month. So I worked with my upline leader to put a game plan together for me to start making $4,000 a month. Did I wake up the next morning and go, "Whoa, this is amazing, $4,000 in my bank account," just because I wanted it? No, didn't work that way. I had to build to that. I had to put in the work, and I had so much fun doing it. I loved building a team, a bigger team, and promoting up in rank. I didn't know that was something that I would really enjoy doing until I started doing it. And then once I hit $4,000 a month, I thought, wow, I bet I could do even more here with this business because it's really exploding. And now I'm looking to promote up higher in rank to senior director and making between $6,000 and $8,000 a month. So that is really, that's just my story up until this point. And it all comes back to following the basics and listening to people that are more senior than I am in the company with more experience, following the training and kind of just doing everything to a T. Would you agree, Abby, with that?
Yes, for sure. Everybody thinks I can never do that or I want to do that. You have to really put the work into it, and if you follow what you're told to do, it's going to work. I mean, I for a while I was pretending I was doing the work and I really wasn't doing the work, and my paycheck showed that. And once I decided to really put the work in, and now I can tell the difference in my business growing and my paycheck growing as well. So I can definitely stand behind that.
Yeah. And I would say that when you got your business off and running, you followed my advice to the T. You got your business off and running and hit leader almost right out of the gates because you were following the business model and the plan. Yeah, I think that's right. And then as you work your business and start to grow, it's just following another plan and another blueprint for where you want your business to go. Some of you may be fine with sticking with an extra $300 a month would be amazing, and you want to stay there. That's okay too. We have a plan for that. We have like a little blueprint, like a little package for you if that's where you want to be. If you want to be making more like $1,500 a month, you may have a different looking package than the person who's making $300 a month. But again, it's the more you want, the more you have to do. I think that's pretty obvious. We're adults, we know that. So that's what I wanted to start the call with.
I think the consistency is key too.
For sure. I agree with that 100%. You can't take a month off and expect your paycheck to be, $5,000. So anyways, I want to start with how we get off to a new start here. So let's just pretend we all just signed up and we're all excited to get our businesses off and running. You are probably going to get a welcome email, not probably, you will get a welcome email from the company. That's the first thing that will come to you. Those are super important emails. You're also going to get an email or a text from your upline leader. I personally have moved to texting my brand new people, setting up an orientation call with them right away. I let Wildtree take care of the welcome email. Then I like to set up an orientation call, and then I'll probably email them, depending on when the call is, in between that with some key documents that they're going to need to get their business started. But some people like to right away send a welcome email with documents in there. I like to do text. You get to do what you want, and you may experience this differently depending on who your upline leader is. So at first it's the welcome, and in that welcome, text or email, you will set up an orientation call with your upline. This is super important. And some of you will be on three-way calls. So some of you may be on a call with somebody who recruited you, and I am the next leader in that lineage, or your other leader is the next leader in that lineage. So it may be a three-way call. So depending on how that's set up, you'll be on the phone with one or two people. Okay? And what does the orientation call look like? Most of you that are here watching this have probably done an orientation call with me or with your upline leader here, but I'm going to go over what that looks like again and why we ask the questions we ask. The point of the orientation call is to get to know you a little bit better. Sometimes we know you well, sometimes we don't know you well at all. Sometimes we've never even met you, depending on who was your team builder in between. So the point of that call is to get to know you, get to know me, and to figure out how busy you are. We are under no illusion that anybody who joins Wildtree was just sitting around kind of waiting for the world to happen, waiting for Wildtree to fall into their lap. You are already busy with children, you are busy with husbands, animals, a full-time job, maybe a demanding job, maybe you already work 2 jobs. There are a million plates spinning with everybody that joins WildTree. So we like to get to know what that busy looks like for you, and to figure out when you're going to fit WildTree into that busy life. The reason we like to know when you're going to fit WildTree into your busy life is when life gets really busy and stuff hits the fan, WildTree is going to be the first thing you drop, unless you have a stake in this, unless it's worth it to you. So we need to come up with a worth it number. So I usually tell my people, it sounds like you're really busy. You've got a lot going on. You volunteer. You are this or that, whatever busy looks like to that person. And then that allows us to have a really honest conversation for when they're going to fit WildTree into their already busy life, and what it's going to take to make this business worth it. Now, a lot of people, when I catch them on this orientation call, haven't really thought about that. They're just excited to get their business started. There's a big world of possibilities out there. They want to know how to put their first order in. A lot of people want to know exactly how to do everything. And we really need to take a step back and figure out what is the worth it number is going to be. And for some people, that's a hard question, and they don't know. But we kind of like to think about what isn't worth it. Is it worth it for you to be running around like a crazy person and only make $100 here at WildTree? I'm going to venture to say most people will be like, that's not really worth it. An extra $100 isn't really worth it. So what about $500 a month? Would that be a worth it number? Would that get you motivated and excited to work your business when life's kind of getting tough and tricky and really, really busy? And for some people, they're like, yes, we need that $500. It's going to be our car payment. It's going to be our payment on the kitchen remodel. It's going to be whatever it's going to be for you. It's going to pay off bills. That is so worth it. For some people, that worth it number might be $1,500. And your blueprint, the direction we take you, is going to be a little bit different than the direction we take the person who wants to make $500, because you can make $500 in your first month here at WildTree, no problem, as long as you follow the blueprint we give you for that. The person who wants to make $1,500 may be headed on a team leader track, and you're going to need to build your team as fast as possible, get as many parties on the calendar as fast as possible, and you're going to hit the ground running a little bit faster than the person on the $500 track. You can always pick those tracks throughout your WildTree kind of career and time here, but this is just in the beginning, thinking where you want this to go for you and your family and what's going to work for you. So once you find out your worth it number, we're going to come up with a game plan together. I'm going to really paint a picture for what that's going to look like, and kind of get you in the mindset of what that might look like. 1 party a week, 2 parties a week, getting people to join your team right away, which is smart anyways. It doesn't matter if you have a $300 goal or a $1,500 goal here. You really want to build a team. Then after we kind of get you through the worth it, well, first of all, let me stop there. Does that make sense to everybody? So Lori and Julie and Abby, does that make sense?
I think I kind of missed, it does totally make sense. And I mean, I think for me, I had a worth it number in my mind when I started, and that was motivating. But I don't think I kind of missed doing that sometimes with some of my girls. And that you see when it gets tough, where they've gone, like, oh, it wasn't as easy as I thought. And I'm like, well, if you have something to remind them of that and go back to that when they're struggling and when it's a bad month, then it's like, okay, it is worth me still doing it because this is my worth it number. So it's a great thing to be able to reference. So yeah. If you haven't done it with someone, it's not too late. You can always go back and do it. So I have a list of 3 girls who I need to go back and do that with.
Yeah, no, thank you for your honesty, and that's great. There are people, definitely probably from my team, listening to the call where we didn't really talk about that worth it number. I know in recent months I have, but in the past, before 6 months ago, I definitely didn't. And that's just something to really think about and going forward and go back to, and we can always schedule that call anytime. You can schedule that call with anybody. So thanks for sharing that, Abby. That's great. Anyone else? Okay. So the next thing you would do, once you've walked through that and gotten a plan, got the worth it number, the next thing you're going to walk a new rep through, and if you're new here, this is the next thing you would do, is get your documents from your upline leader. I have got a really great Google Doc now, a Google Drive doc that I can share with everybody. I'm going to go ahead and share it right in the tribe so everybody's got it, with some new rep Strong Start documents. These documents are going to reference the free shipping voucher, which everybody should take advantage of. I'm so jealous. When I started, I didn't get a free shipping voucher. That's a great way to fill your pantry, get workshop kits that you want, get things that you're going to use for your dipping bar on display, or food for your first few parties at your house. So that's just a great extra bonus that Wild Tree gives you, because you get your commission on top of that and your discount. So you really get like huge double dipping there. It's a great tool to use in the beginning. You're going to get documents like your circles of influence in your contact list of 100. Circles of influence and contact list of 100 are the same thing. They just look a little different depending on which document you get from your upline leader. And this is an incredibly important tool to fill out. And it's something that a lot of new people want to skip, but it's really the worst thing you can probably skip in this business. The very first thing you want to do when you come into the business is think about all the people that you want to share Wild Tree with. So that's really important to fill out. And it's going to be a requirement for most leaders going forward. In order to set up a coaching call, you have to get that document filled out. We need to get your basic training to you, the basic training doc, which is a checklist of every single step that you need to be successful here. And we really recommend, just like I did when I got started, just starting with step 1 and working your way through the steps, watching the videos, doing the training. It doesn't take a lot of time. Just, carving out 20 minutes a day for 5 days would work. A lot of people like to knock that out in one day and just sit down in an hour or two, finish that checklist. So that is something that you can do. It's something that you can reference, that you're going to go back and forth to, depending on where you are at in your business. So you're going to get that in the Google Docs. And that's really where you're also going to learn how to set up your first parties. So a lot of people, let me get my Post-it notes out. A lot of us leaders at Wild Tree like to start out with your first 6 to 8 parties, getting you excited for booking those first 6 to 8 parties. And a lot of us will reference the Post-it note method. So the Post-it note method is awesome because it's a really, really nice visual. You can tear these off and pull off 6 or 8 of these Post-it notes and start filling in names of the people who are having parties for you and the dates of your own personal parties. Okay, so this is really, really a great visual, great tool. 2 of these are going to be yours. You need to have 2 parties. 4 of them need to be parties that you grab from friends and family that are super excited to help you launch your Wild Tree business. And these might not be people from your inner circle. They could be people from your inner circle and your outer circle, people you don't know super well, but they're happy to maybe have a party for you and get some meal planning ideas for their friends and family. And then the other 2 Post-it notes are going to be parties that you get from those first 6 parties. And then your Wild Tree business starts to roll from there. I always reassure new people when they start here to give your first 6 parties a try and then reassess where your business is at. Along the way, I and Abby and Julie and Jacqueline and Amy and Kristen are there to help hold your hand all along the way if you're willing to put in the training and work and time to get your business rolling. So we're definitely happy to do that for you. One super important party that I know I have been guilty of not having my new people do is your first Facebook party. We haven't had a ton of training on that, but in recent months, they have rolled out a training by Jen Klein. She is a senior executive director here at Wild Tree. And there is a great training for getting your first Facebook party started. That needs to happen like day 1. You join Wild Tree, and we want you to get your Facebook party set up because people from coast to coast. Not all of those people are going to come to your party in wherever you are, USA. So since you know so many people, way more than you could ever invite to your own house, we need to get your Facebook party set up so that you can reach those pockets of people that you went to college with, high school with, that have moved all over the country. Those are the people that you want to invite to your Facebook party, and local people, because not everybody is going to be able to come to the dates that you choose for your Wild Tree parties. It's just not going to happen for some people. So you want to get a big Facebook party going right away. You also want to make sure you're getting social with Wild Tree. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be that spammy person on Facebook all the time posting, oh my God, people are going to hate me. No, that is not the intent of getting you to get social on Facebook. We want you to be real and genuine and share WildTree in your everyday life. And that's, 2-3 times a week. We're not asking you to post every single hour. That would be super weird and a little bit too spammy. But yes, posting daily or 2 to 3 times a week at minimum is just super informative and showcases your business. Does anybody here on this call know any business that got started with 0 advertising? You, Abby? No. Nobody ever starts a business. You would never open a brick and mortar store or run any kind of business in today's society without any advertising. Some people use flyers, some people put ads in newspapers, some people use billboards, signs, whatever to advertise for their business. But we at WildTree, we don't need to do that. We're not going to put a billboard up advertising our new WildTree business, but we can use social media, texting, private messaging to advertise to our friends and family about our new business. This is a business. It needs to be treated like one. So it's okay to share. And if you're uncomfortable with sharing, hopefully the training that I'm going to post in the Google Doc will be really beneficial to you and make you realize that that's just what business people do. We have to advertise or nobody's going to know what we have to offer. So does that sound good for the people listening, Lori and Julie and Abby? And I don't know who the 502 number is. So, 502-905. I don't know who you are, but thank you for listening. Any questions about that? Abby, I know that in recent months you've gotten more candid on Facebook, and do you feel like that's more advantageous for your business?
Yes, for sure, because some people just are not comfortable coming to parties. They're not party people. That doesn't work for their schedules. Or maybe someone you just kind of know, but not know well, so they're not comfortable coming either, or they're not the kind of host. But the more times they see something, you never know when they're going to be ready. I mean, last month I had a huge, because of posting on Facebook, I was better last month, ended up with the $700 order just from posting on Facebook. And that really helped my month because I was able to have as many in-person parties. Now this month, I haven't posted as much, and I see the results of I don't have as many outside orders. So it's just different people see it on different times, and you never know when they're ready or what might speak to them. Like for some reason, the Alfredo and the taco post spoke to a lot of people, whereas the workshop post might not speak to certain people. So everybody's looking for something different. So it's important to keep posting a variety of things that work for you, things that you might think might work for others. And when they see that will help their lives, then they might reach out to you. And
Right.
So I think it's important, just such a variety of posts.
Right.
I know that I was really good about that last month and it paid off. So
Yeah.
I need to step it up the last half of this month and do that. So you will, and get new customers too that way.
Yep. Just got a new customer last week. She's been seeing my post for 5 years, and she finally was ready. She ordered a $200 order, and had I not been posting about WildTree, she even commented. She said, I've been seeing you post so many awesome posts about WildTree and making your life easier with meals. I'm in a complete pickle right now in my life, and I really need WildTree to help. So it was awesome. I was so happy to help her, and I was so happy that I had been actively posting on Facebook so that she knew exactly how to contact me and connect with me and what she wanted to. I know Julie's hosted some great Facebook parties where hosts may not want to host in their house, but they'd love to invite people to Facebook and get orders and hostess credit there. So,
well, and another thing I was going to say, Maria, quickly before Nash comes back, is I kind of had an aha moment the other day when I was invited to another party, not WildTree, but it's stuff that I use regularly. But I don't keep up with what's new and what's not and that kind of stuff. And I'm not on any kind of page of theirs or anything like that. And I was actually missing the girls' party at home because I wanted to do it online. I can't go. I had something else. And I wanted, but I always have, it's one of the ones where I just always have a running order. And I think we forget about our customers that we have. that kind of always have a running order. We don't know that. It kind of goes under the radar, but they're still watching that kind of stuff. And if you host, even yourself as a rep, host your own Facebook party every couple of months, just so that they can plug in, you can put in all kinds of new stuff. I think they watch the Wild Tree Wednesday stuff to see new recipes and see that we're using it and get new ideas. So by the time you have your quarterly Facebook post, they have some ideas. Okay, well, what was that one thing that you posted? And I saw that you posted this and that and the other, and I want to try that. I think that that's another way that the Facebook party kind of can come full circle.
Yep, absolutely. It's a good, it's a service. It's a service. Wild Tree is a service. We are here to service our customers. If we're not getting with them regularly, and the easiest way to do that sometimes is through Facebook, then we're not doing our best customer service. Like Julie said, she orders regularly through this company. It had fallen off of Julie's radar, but then she got invited to this Facebook party, and bam, she had an order ready to go for this other company. The same with Wild Tree. These are groceries. People are going to eat this and run out and need more.
Well, and I think people feel like they don't need to come to they're like, well, I already use Wild Tree. I don't need to come to the party, but I would like a couple new products. I mean, I have a few friends that say that to me all the time. And I know it dawned on me to just host my own Facebook party on the off months that I'm not hosting an actual party at my house for just the regular customers that they're getting ready to use up their products and they want to try something new. I think that everyone has their staples, but we have so many new products coming out, and to try those and to see these Wild Tree Wednesday posts, it's a good opportunity for them to, and maybe throw in free shipping on those, your best customers orders or something like that for those Facebook parties.
Yep. No, it makes total sense. No, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So if you have any questions about Facebook, please ask your upline leader. And please get social and start using it. That's our best advice to you. So once you've gotten started, you've got your Facebook party set up. You've got your post-its lined up with dates of your parties, and you're starting to connect with all the people in your contact list of 100, the sheet that you have, the running list of names that you have, people that you want to share Wild Tree with. Then we're going to move on to a sort of hold day. So once you've started, you've done your orientation call and run through the gamut of what you need to do to get started here with your upline leader. Then we're going to take a little break from each other for a few days, between 3 and 5 days. Then we're going to connect again, and you're going to let me know what parties you have coming up right away, and I'm going to get with you to send you your invites. So your invites, I already have them ready to go. I like to forward my invites to my brand new reps so that they don't have to mess around with creating their own. If you're super techie and you love to create your own invitations, you can do that. I can even give you a training video on how to set up your own invite in Mad Mimi, which look really pretty. So you can do that, or just use mine. It's my best advice to just, if the wheel has already been invented, to just use what's already been invented. And then with every invite that you set up via email with your hostess, you want to make sure you ask them if it's okay if you do a Facebook invite for them as well, so that they can, and not everybody has emails for everybody. So I always like to ask my hostess, hey, let's set up a Facebook party as well. We can email the people you have emails for. We're going to catch everyone else on Facebook. It's okay if they get both. I also like to do a textable invite in red stamp from my phone, just a quick little cute graphic that just says, hey, I'm having a Wild Tree party. Check your Facebook or email for all the details. Hope to see you on May 21st at 1 o'clock, so that they just get a quick little blurb that they can just shoot out to all the people that they have phone numbers for. And it's not super specific. It makes them have to jump on their email or Facebook to remind them to get all the party details. So that's how I set up my invites. So that's how I train all my new people to do their own invitation. Does that make sense? Okay. So after we get together and you've got your first party scheduled, I'm going to resend you a hostess coaching video. The hostess coaching video is in the basic training, but I'm going to make you watch it again. Even if you've already watched it one time, we're going to watch it again so that you're super clear with your hostess on what needs to get done, so that you maximize attendance, so you maximize her time, because she's going to wipe down her counters and clean her house. with whether one person is coming or whether 12 people are coming. And it's going to maximize your time because you're going to go to the party whether one person shows up or whether 12 people show up. Which one is more profitable? Both of you. One with 12 people. So you want to just maximize your hostess coaching knowledge straight from the get-go. The hostess coaching is for yourself as well because you're going to be coaching yourself to get people to come to your parties. The single most important thing to do when you first get started here, though, is to not let your head spin about, oh my gosh, I don't know how to put in a workshop order. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to put an order in. I don't know how to do an invite. I don't even know what I'm doing. Don't let your head spin about that. The single most important thing you can do is go ahead and book your parties, get your Post-it notes filled out, and how you're going to do that is by getting through your contact list of 100 and getting all your names written down and just shooting private messages, shooting text messages, calling people. When you run into people at church, when you run into people at hot yoga class, when you run into people at your twins meeting, when you run into people at your mom's group, when you run into people at your place of work, you are screaming and shouting Wild Tree from the rooftops, sharing with them, passing catalogs out, samples out, just letting people know about your upcoming parties, about the opportunity to join Wild Tree, and about them having a party of their own so that they can earn free Wild Tree for themselves. So when you're talking about Wild Tree to people from the get-go, I really want you to be sharing the opportunity. Oh my gosh, I just joined Wild Tree. It's this great new organic food company where we help people, busy people, get dinner to the dinner table. Would you like to hear more about that? You know, you're going to get people to say, yeah, tell me more about that. They may be interested in joining you on this awesome journey. If not, see if they're interested in having a party and getting free mealtime solutions for their family. If that's not interesting to them, invite them to your party. You can just say, oh, you know, I actually have a party coming up on May 30th at 7 o'clock. I hope you can be there and pop in. If you can't be there, I'm also running that party on Facebook, so you can learn a little bit more about what we have to offer. So there's like 4 different things that you can talk to people about. The opportunity, they can host a party, they can come to your party, or they can join in on Facebook if they aren't already joined in there. So there's plenty for you to talk about. And if you need verbiage and words and that doesn't come very comfortable to you, there is in the Google Doc that I'm going to share words and verbiage to kind of get you comfortable with that. Really, people, we are a service company and we're just offering a service that people really need right now. So it's not really that hard to talk about when you break it down into the simple terms of things that people need and want to learn about. And you also need to remember that not everybody is going to support you and be super excited about Wild Tree right out of the gate. A lot of new people will join Wild Tree and get really deflated when their best friends say, no, we can't come to your party, or no, we won't host for you, or no, I don't really want to know anything about Wild Tree. You've got to remember that some people are ready and some people aren't ready to learn and know about Wild Tree, and you can't take offense to that. They aren't really saying no to you. They still love you as a person, but they just may not be ready to learn about Wild Tree, and that should be no offense to you. And you need to let that kind of roll off your shoulder, as hard as that is to take sometimes. You do need to remember that this is your business and not you personally. So never take any of those no's personally. Those no's could be yeses down the road. They just need some time. And you're going to get a ton of yeses. You just kind of got to work your way through the no's and not let that bug you. Any questions or comments about that, Abby or Julie or Lori, who have been here for a while?
Yeah, I think you have to just decide that you're not taking it personally, because I think people get their feelings hurt so easily and they just take it as a personal attack, but they're just not ready. It doesn't mean that they don't like you or they think you're salesy. You have to have 10 no's for every yes, and just keep, and you're going to get there. You just have to keep asking people.
Yeah, and the cool thing is while we ask you to fill out your contact list of 100 with 100 names, those are like 100 names of people that you really know or think that are going to love Wild Tree. But all of us probably have 500 plus people that we are friends with on Facebook, or over 100, at very least over 100 people. So there are definitely people that you can be reaching out to via private messenger and other forms of social media as well. So it doesn't have to just be 100, it can be 200.
I mean, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. I probably get the least amount of support from my close friends and family. A lot of the close friends have come around later when I bring appetizers and when I bring side dishes. They're like, oh, this is really good. You know, then they are more curious and learn, you know, and want to know more. Same with my family when I bring stuff. But initially, I think that I got the least amount of support from my friends and family, like closest friends and family.
Yep. Nope, that's so true. It's just odd. You're actually going to get the most support from those outer influences, the people that get more like, not acquaintances, but yeah, I guess acquaintances. The people that you don't know super well are going to be a little bit more receptive. I don't know if it's the relationship that you have with them, but that's so true. In the very beginning, my friends and family definitely supported me at my launch parties, but they didn't have parties for me until a couple years into the business.
Right. They all came to at my launch. I think that they're scared that you're going to start bombarding them with things maybe, or they just don't really know where you are in the business if you're going to start constantly trying to sell them things. You know, I just think that they're unsure of how you're going to be.
Yeah, we'll never know why that is, but it is a funny phenomenon. And
around.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said before, the cool thing about Wild Tree is that we offer a service with an unparalleled, amazing product. Yes, we are selling a product. We're actually offering a service first and foremost, which is really unlike a lot of other sales companies. So that's super important to keep in mind when you are connecting with people, reminding them of the great service that we have to offer, and remembering that you are in a customer service business. So don't forget about your customers. You have to follow up with them and try and keep track of them. So creating a Facebook group of all your VIPs, your very important people, is a good idea. And really getting organized from the get-go with how you're going to be reaching your customers regularly so that they don't get lost in the shuffle. Anything that you ladies might add to somebody new just getting started here and giving them the best strong start possible? I mean, would you say that this training has their best intentions in mind?
For sure. And if you follow it, you will be successful. I mean,
it's so streamlined now. Like it's grown in this place.
Pardon?
Go ahead, Abby.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying, I think that it's gotten so streamlined now. Like this is so much, it's so simplified. This is just do exactly this, which isn't a lot.
No.
It's just following it. It's so easy. I mean, you know, I know that's easier said than done, but the training now compared to when we started, you know, it's just so streamlined. It's so much easier to do now. So that's why it's hard to come up with better ways, because this is the real deal.
Yep, for sure. In the very beginning, you know, we really want you to be thinking about where your first 6 parties are going to be. That is it. Once you get your Post-it notes filled out, 6 parties in the beginning, you are ready to rock and roll. Then our job is to just kind of hand you everything. Boom, boom, boom. Your invite, Facebook training. Here's hostess coaching training. We've got a little nugget for you to take all along the way so that your first 6 parties are super awesome, super successful, and you're having a lot of fun and not having to create a lot of work for yourself.
It is so much fun. It's so worth it.
Yeah, it is. So, all right. Well, I will just wrap it up then. This is awesome. And if you guys don't have anything else to add, I'll finish the recording.
That's it. I'll look at my notes. Hold on.
Stay connected with your upline leader too. I know a lot of people that join Wild Tree are full-time working women. You have families, a lot going on, so doing a regular one-on-one call every week may not be feasible, but really staying in contact and letting your upline leader know upcoming parties you have, because if we know you have an upcoming party, that might remind us, oh, you know what, we need to really get you that hostess coaching training, and I really need to make sure that your invite looks clean. Like, be very open to sharing what's going on in your business, with your upline leader for your first 6 parties. That's so important for us to know. So, all right. Thanks so much, ladies. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.